Hello and welcome to the Learn via elearn.com classes. So in today's class we will see to print different patterns of numbers and stars using some loop control structures. Okay, so we will see to print different patterns basically. Okay, what type of pattern? For example, we will see to print let's say for example triangle. Okay, we will try to print the triangle but in a reverse way. Okay, oops, like this. Okay, we may also try to we may also see how to print a triangle in reverse order also. Like if I draw, let me draw here. Let's say for example I want to print a triangle in this way. Okay, so these are some patterns which we will try to achieve using different program. Okay, using different control loop control structure and all. Okay, so let's start with our first basic program. We will see, let me remove all these things first. Okay, so today okay, let's say for example I want to print a triangle with a star. Okay, so I want to print like this. Okay, I want to print my program in this way. Okay, how do I print it? We will see. Okay, I want to print the pattern like this. Okay, so before writing a program, it's better to understand the logic behind writing the program. Okay, we will see how actually we need to analyze, we need to think about writing this logic. Okay, so first of all write down the steps, because once it's clear what are the things we need to achieve, then it's very clear to write a program. Okay, so I always prefer to write an first algorithm before printing any before writing any program. Okay, so first of all we will ask a user to print, or you can say please enter the number of rows want to have in pyramid. Means I want input from user. Okay, how many rows he want to print in that pyramid? 1 2 3 4, for example in our case is 4. All right, and then we will see team, have you noticed one thing here? Before writing before drawing this pattern, I have done few small things, like I have pressed, let me draw here. Okay, I have pressed 5 spaces, 1 2 3 4 5. I press space bar 5 times so that it will print 5 spaces, and then I have printed my first star. Okay, so this is actually I need to print in our program. So our step 2 would be okay, step 2 would be like, oh, let me use this. Okay, step 2 would be I need to use this input what user has been given me, and I want a for loop which will take care of the number of rows to print in pyramid. Okay, and then I want to print spaces, so I again need a one for loop which will take care of printing the spaces. Okay, and now after printing the space I want to print my first star. So for that I need again one loop which will take care of uh, printing star. And then if you remember I have a hit enter key, okay, so that my cursor goes to next line. So I need a go to next line statement. Okay, so these are the 5 things we need to consider before writing this program. All right, so let's try to execute the same story in our program. Please consider all these steps, uh, and I highly recommend to write first step then write a program, so it will give you a better picture about the program, and that really helps a lot. So this is the main story. 1 2 3 4 5 steps are there. Team, we have lot of other ways also, as I said, through which you can write the same logic but using different other loop control structure like while loop and all. So it's highly recommend, even you can try to execute the same pattern using the same for loop but in different way. I will show you all right. Now let's open compiler. This is my C compiler. I'm just pressing F5 to make it in a full screen, and then I'm including the basic header file stdio.h, and then include team. I always said, in case you don't have any idea about why I am using these header files stdio.h and all, then please let me know, or you can go to my very first video, this is which is programming in C, and here and there I have clearly explained the meaning of each and every header file, what I'm going to use or what I'm using, because it's very good, otherwise you will unable to understand the different errors, some prototype errors, by the way. Okay, so as per our steps, what is the first step? Our first step is to take an input from a user. Okay, so we will take input from user. So for that I need to write enter the number of rows of stars, stars, in pyramid, and then slash n for next character, for next line, and then semicolon, line termination. Okay, now I need to store this value into some variable. So let me declare my variable first. Team, I need some variable. Let me declare, for example, I need one variable called as row. Okay, I need a variable for row, just a second, and then C, let's say, and then n, and I need one more variable, temp. Why I'm using all this variable, you will see in a while, just a second. And then percentage t comma ampersand, let's say n is the number of rows in our case, for example. Okay, and then I will store this value into a temporary variable which is temp, and then as we saw, our first step is to take input from user, which I have already did, and then we need one more for loop which will take care of my rows. Okay, so I need to have this second for loop. Second for loop is which will take care of my row is row. I have initialized the row variable with 1, and then row is smaller than equal to n, then row plus plus. Okay, and inside this I need some more uh, for loops. Let me align it. Team is very good. It's very good practice to align all your statements, all your code, because it will be easy for anyone to understand this. Okay, so now I'm through with this my second step. Now let's go to third step again. Oops, I need a third for loop which will take care of printing the spaces. Okay, so I need one more for loop. For loop is to print the uh, spaces. So I'm taking is equal to none, and then just a second, c is equal to 1, then c is smaller than temp. Okay, and then c plus plus. Yeah, I think, yeah, and then printf what a space line. Okay, so I am done with my space. Now I need to take care of one more loop which is for printing the star. Okay, so again I will write one more for loop for printing my very first star. So I will initialize this with c. C is more than equal to 2 into row minus 1, and then c plus plus, and then printf what is star. I'm printing my star. Alright, so I am done with my printing of first star, and after that I want to print a next line. Or I would say I want to go to my next line. After printing this last star, I want to go to my next line. So here I'm writing printf /n. Okay, yeah, okay, so I think I'm done with my program. Let me just go through if I have missed anything. Yeah, semicolon is missing here. Okay, yeah, so the programs looks fine to me. Let me try to compile it. Yeah, one more thing, I always forget. Let me write clr scr to clear the output every time. Otherwise whenever we have output, we can see our previous output also. All right, so let's try to analyze this program. Okay, the best practice is to use watch. In case you have any confusion about any particular variable, or you want to understand any program, the best practice, what I think, is just watch the variables, okay, through which you can understand the current value of each and every variable. Okay, every compiler must have this variable. Okay, so as of now we also have, you can see under debug, watch, and then add watch. Here you can include all those variables which you actually want to watch. So I want to watch the value of row every time. So I'm selecting this row, go to debug, watch, and then add watch, and here you can see row is already displayed here in this add watch pop-up. Okay, and then I have let me remove all the other things. Okay, so you can see the variable row comes under this watch list. Right, similarly you can select this also, or in case you don't want to select, then just directly go to debug, watch, add, and here you can see you can directly write the variable name. Okay, let's say for example if I have written n. Okay, you can see the value n here also. Okay, there is a shortcut also, just press Ctrl F7 and you can directly see the pop-up window. Okay, now I want to have one more variable which I actually want to watch, which is temp. Alright, now here you can see this watch window is not coming. So to display the watch window, just go to Windows and then watch. Right, so here you can see I want to watch these 4 variable which is under in my watch list. Alright, now try to execute this program, but I want to execute this program in debug mode, so that we can see the value of each and every variable once it goes changes from one value to another. Okay, so for that we use F7 key. Okay, I have just pressed F7 key, and simultaneously you can watch the value also. As of now these variables, see, as of now you can see the variable which we have is nc, temp, and row is undefined, because till here, till this void main, we have not declared this variable. Alright, and then once I pressed F7 again, these variables get declared, but you can see the value here 293291274657128, but see, these values are garbage values, because we have just declared it and have not assigned any value into it. That's why it's coming some garbage value. Then after clearing the screen, a statement comes, printf, and here it will ask input from a user. I have just pressed F7 and it will ask pyramid. Oh, there is a typo. I will clear it. I will correct it. So let's say I have entered 5. Now you can see pyramid. Okay, now here you can see the value of n is 5. Okay, and value of temp is 657. See, please note that as of now till here the control is not assigned any value to temp. Okay, once this control move from temp is equal to n to here, this line, then this value get assigned to temp. Alright, let's see. No, team, actually I have made a small change here, that's why this pop-up window comes to rebuild the same program, so I said no. Okay, so it will continue from where I have left. Alright, now here the value of n is assigned to temp, so as of now both temp and n is 5, which you can see. Alright, now you can see my control is here, but the value of row is still 1286, because till now it has not executed this line. Okay, so once the compiler goes from here to this this loop, my second loop, my inner loop, then it value goes to row is equal to 1, that is 1. Okay, so now you can see the value changes from that garbage value to actual value which I have assigned, which is 1. Right. Okay, now Now see what happened. Yeah, so as of now the value of C still is garbage because this control is still here. After pressing F7, you can see the value goes changes from that garbage value to 1. Okay, now here the value of temp is 5, which is same what n have and which is same what user has been given. Okay, so it will print space one time. Again loop comes and it will qualify the value of qualify the condition, and it will print space once again, because it always check. See, as of now the value of C is 2, so it will check, okay, 2 is smaller than temp. What is the value of temp? Which is 5, so it will check 2 is smaller than 5. Yes, so it will print space. Okay, 2 spaces has been printed. Now again it will it will increment it by 1, as we have written C++ here. So it will print, it will increment it the value by 1, so the value is now 3. So again it will print the space by 3. Now again the value is 4, so it will check the value of 4 is smaller than 5. Yes, so again it will print a space. Now it will check, now the value of C and temp is same, so it once it check, okay, 5 is smaller than 5. No, 5 is equal to 5, so it will comes out of this loop, and then the value of temp goes decremented by 1. So this temp value, temp is equal to 5, goes decremented by 1. Okay, so once I press F7, you can see this value goes decremented by 1. Alright, now again we have initialized the value of C. So as of now the value of C is 5, but here we are going to again initialize the same variable. We can use some other variables also, we can see that, but I am using the same variable. Okay, now again the value of C is initialized by 1, and then we will check if C is smaller than 2 into row minus 1. So as of now, what's the value of row here? Let me yeah, go to here. So as of now the value of C is 1. Okay, so C is smaller than 2 into row minus 1. That means 2 into row, what's the value of row here? The value of row is 1. Why? Because from, if you see from here till here, there is the value of row is 1. Okay, so it will again check. Okay, so it will print the star. Let me press F7 again. Now it will check the value 2 is smaller than 2 into row minus 1. So as of now the value of row is 1, so it will check 2 into 1 minus 1, which is 2 into 1, which is 2, then 2 minus 1 1. So first time it will print the star, and on next loop it will fails, so it will come out of this loop. Alright, so first time the value will check as see, the value of earlier it was C is equal to 1, so it will check 1 is smaller than 2 into 1, what, which is 2 into 1 2, 2 minus 1 which is 1, so 1 is smaller than equal to 1. Yes, it will go inside this loop and print star. Alright, now once the value of this C incremented by 1, so it will come as 2. Okay, so it will check 2 is smaller than or equal to 2 into 1, 1 minus 1, which is 2 into 1 2, 2 minus 1 1. So 2 is smaller than or equal to 1, no. So it will not print star and comes out of this loop, but before that it will print a next line. So as of now, if I see the compiler output window, you can see it will print 5 spaces and then a star, and you can see my cursor is again from the very starting position here. Okay, so as of now what we did, we have printed 1 2 3 4 5 spaces and then a star. Right, now after this after this completion of this for loop, again this the same execution happens again, and the for loop of the very outer for loop executed, so that the value of row becomes 2. Okay, so as of now, earlier the value of row is 1, now the value of row is 2. Okay, now again, okay, let me mark this as a comment, otherwise it will throw some error. Alright, now as of now you can see what's the value of C here. The value of C here is 2. Okay, so the output will become it will print a space, and then again as the value of C goes incremented, it will continuously printing my space. Okay, so once the value of C is 4, it will check, okay, the C is smaller than temp, which is 4 is smaller than 4, no. So it will comes out of this loop, and here again the value of temp goes decremented by 1, so it comes as 3, and then we will execute the same logic again and again, and in this way we will print a pyramid. You can see how this value goes incremented and decremented, and we are printing this value, and the same logic is applied, and in the end we can see our pyramid. Okay, so this is a small example to print a pyramid. Basically this is a I would say a technique, a very small technique or very simple technique to print a particular pattern of a pyramid using a for loop. You can try this with in another way also, and in case of any doubt, you please try to use this very important feature, which is watch. Okay, you can add any variable in a watch window, and try to see how the value goes changes from one point to another one. I mean, how the cursor moves further, and how the control moves from one point to another, and how the value of the variable goes changes. Okay, to see the window watch window, you can directly go to window, then watch. All right, so thank you so much, thanks for watching, and I will keep you posted the remaining pattern using different control structures. Thank you.